This is going to be for all signs today. Whenever you do come across this video, feel free to take in a deep breath and connect with your inner source to see what parts of this reading may resonate with you. We do have Hathor, so family, already coming out over here. Now, this is going to be a reading for what's coming in new, as there's a whole lot of new in the collective. You know, we do have Saturn that's going to be shifting into Aries. We have just a lot of big prominent shifts in the collective. The nodal shifts haven't changed in a few years, Neptune, etc. And we have Pluto in Aquarius. So what is coming in new? All right, first we're going to start off with a little bit of a soul card over here. So we're going to just see what you need to know on a soul level. Hello, Eric. Hello, Loyal Kenny. How are you? We're going to be getting in a reading today for what's coming in new. As sometimes the readings, you know, can pick up on the past, etc. We're focusing only on what is new coming in. Hello, Saranda. Hello, Jantrell. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. Feel free to say hello to your neighbor down in the comments. So we're going to grab a little bit of a soul card over here. A soul message. What does your soul need to hear the most right now? And then we're going to be focusing on all of the new. All right. Hello, Eric. Thank you. This is actually from a Pisces soul sister. Hi, Giovanni. All right. So feel free to take in a deep breath. Just connect with your inner source. This is going to be for all signs today. All of the ancient souls, chosen ones. We do have reassurance of the golden light. Okay. Reassurance. All of that new is coming in. The light is coming in. There's a milk and honey shift in the collective. As soon as I say that, it's 144. Your son's a Pisces. That's beautiful. My son is an Aries, but he has a Pisces, Neptune, and Venus in the 8th house. So always go check out your child's birth chart, as it will show the soul contracts that you have with your child, how you can say best, or I want to say sacredly. I don't like the word best, but how we could sacredly parent our children, you know, keeping them in alignment with their soul destiny, with their higher self. All right. So feel free to take in a deep breath. We're going to get in a soul message for you. And then we're going to take a look at what's coming in new. We don't want to hear about the old. We don't want to hear about the ex returning back, etc., etc. So what's coming in new? All right. Take in a deep breath, rather. Divine Mother and Father, Holy Spirit of God. What do we have for all signs for what is coming in new? What is the soul message that they need to hear the most today on a soul level? I just came back from a ceremony earlier. There was an eagle less than 10 feet away from us. That's the closest I've ever been to an eagle. I've seen an eagle, I don't know how many times. There's an eagle that lives nearby. I've never been 10 feet away from an eagle. That spirit of tobacco is strong. Collective. Yes. Hello, NY Debs. This is going to be an all signs collective reading. It is only the new. Yes, Eric. Out with the old, in with the new. What's coming in new? What does the collective, the 144,000, the divine collective, my tongue almost wanted to roll there. Can you tell that I'm going to Puerto Rico soon? We have the violet flame and spiritual service, okay? Now, ooh, this reading's going to go deep already. Some of you may connect with the rainbow ray or unity ray of consciousness, but the violet flame over here. So the violet ray holds a separate intelligence than any of the other rays. Some of you may connect with the violet flame or even the violet ray of light. The violet ray of light is also, so they say, I know nothing, one of the purest channelings of infinity. So the vibration of infinity, I don't know if I want to use vibration, but the most purest channel of all of the rays of light when it comes to infinite intelligence is the violet ray. That's from a book of Ra, and I am wearing this cheetah, the Sekhmet Lioness, and that's actually from a book, do I have it with me? The Law of One, from the Infinite I Am Ra Channeler. So maybe Ra resonates with you too. Spiritual service, that's what you need to know on a soul level, all right? You are getting ready for, ooh, 555, okay? Change and abundance, though. Milk and honey for the collective, and there truly has been a shift, you know, even if you don't see it in the material, you feel it. And it starts with that. It starts with a thought. Okay, so just tap into that milk and honey frequency. On a soul level, what do you need to hear the most right now? You're stepping into spiritual service. Okay, whatever that may mean to you. Remembering too that, you know, there's a calling. Maybe you have a calling. You holding your Christ light, that is a spiritual service in this world. You simply holding your Christ light in a chaotic ever-changing year of the snake, Pluto and Aquarius world, you holding your Christed light, your Christed remembrance, your I am, is a spiritual service in itself. And then after that, perhaps you have a calling, a this, a that. There are many that are being awakened to or being called to their spiritual service. And that's also with that Pisces North Node. As we have that shift, light workers, you're going to feel it where you're all of a sudden being called to switch things up, perhaps to be of service more. And by that, I mean like maybe really putting yourself out there, you know? So if you've never had the call before to put yourself out there, now is the time. Yes, for God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten son. So whomever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life, infinity. Ashe, aho, amen. John 3:16. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. We just had a Mary Magdalene tobacco ceremony in the woods. I was saying how we had an eagle. I've never been 10 feet away from an eagle. Those things are as big as me. Priya loves me yet now. I love that. Blessings to Bangladesh. Green Skittles are life energy. Yeah, I like that. Green Skittles are life energy. What vibration would a green? I mean, it's the heart. It's 3:55 here. Beautiful. Our inner work has been hard. Agreed. Listen, I know maybe some of you are Pisces. This is a mostly Pisces channel. As soon as that Saturn comes out of Pisces, you will feel free like the eagle, you know, but definitely, if you have Pisces placements, and check out wherever in your birth chart you have mutable placements. Those placements are going to feel more liberated, more free as Saturn shifts into Aries. Saturn is all about restrictions, discipline, working through your limitations, all of those different things, you know. And they talk about, you know, Saturn being karmic, but really it's just alignment. So mutable signs, especially Pisces, you've had it the roughest the past 3 years. But that's shifting and it's changing. The yellow Skittles. Oh, I like this conversation, Joe Blow. The spirit animal. Yes. Seeing birds all over. I love it. All right. Let's get into the new. This reading is going to be only what is coming in new. We don't want to hear about the ex coming back. We don't want to hear about this coming back. What is coming in new? So feel free to take in a deep breath. Just connect with your inner source. Divine Mother and Father, Holy Spirit of God. What do we have? Regardless of the sign. Blessings, Eric. I've actually had people say that I'm not a Pisces, but every reading resonates. And Pisces is the 12th house, though. You know, so we do have over here 2 cards coming out. Divine Mother and Father, Holy Spirit of God, for the 144,000, the Divine Collective, the light workers out there. For all of the beautiful souls. What do we have? What do we have new? Only new. I only want to hear in channel new. Holy Spirit of God. What do we have new? New. There's some sort of shift in perspective. We have sacred vision over here. What do we have new coming in for the collective? Increased awareness, new consciousness, which that counts. That does count. That's the Horus or Heru energy of higher consciousness. And I mean, that is true. There's a lot of solar flares in the collective. You know, pay attention to your body right now. We are being activated. And I'm kind of done of like, oh my gosh, we're being activated. Let me tell you, it's just, this is the year of the snake, the serpent, which is evolution. Be ready to evolve and often. And that's what the energies are about this year. Can we be comfortable in change? The only thing that is constant is change. That's the only thing you can actually expect is change. And releasing of that control, right? And so when it comes to updates, kind of done with like, hey, this is going on. We're changing. We are evolving in consciousness. We have deep connection. Trust your inner voice. Bridget and Lady Venus. So Lady Venus can resonate with you. Move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have got the power. Lady Venus downloads an understanding. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. And we have talked a lot about heaven and earth, right? So that there's something coming from heaven to earth, but really what it is things are manifesting for you. Things are materializing for you. You have opened those roads. And really what it is you being just open to receiving. You know, we talk about the healing and the clearing of blockages and obstacles and all of those things. And sometimes the biggest thing is just being open to receiving. You are worthy of perhaps what your soul desires, or even higher, right here, right now. And I always say this for light workers, which I found to be really good for shadow work when it comes to what you feel that you're worthy of or deserve. Listen, Linda, listen. if they can go out and, say a Pepsi commercial, that person made $3 million from sipping a thing of Pepsi. Maybe they didn't even sip it. Be open to receiving. They haven't even thought about, oh, all I did was sip some Pepsi and I just made $3 million. They don't think about that. Be open to receiving. You're worthy of beautiful things. And whatever that is, you're worthy of a divine love. You are worthy of abundance. You're worthy of a positive shift. You're worthy of things all of a sudden working out for no reason. You are just simply worthy. And yes, we do have to heal the core traumas, etc. But I think what these transits are really doing in the collective too is we're evolving a lot and constantly. So just be rooted, be grounded, be present, and be open to receiving. And I think that's like the biggest thing what this is even saying. Again, light workers, you don't have to go through the shame and the guilt of like your worth and this and that, which like as humans, we do that. But you know that you are of sacred. Where did that card go? Sacred service, spiritual service. You know that. So you don't have to prove anything to yourself, to spirit. Look at that. This card was stuck to something else that I've never seen these two cards before. Trust the higher plan, soul child. Trust the higher plan. You are a child of God. You are a child of God. And coming back to that innocence, and you know what? Everything's going to work out for me. Only the highest possible outcome can manifest and materialize for me. And that's my reality's truth. That's how my reality works. And just really being present in that, being rooted and grounded in that reality, in your soul's highest truth. Now, what do we have new coming in? So we have Bridget, we have Lady Venus, Master Buddha. There's definitely a whole lot of awakening, a whole lot of things that are coming in for the collective. What do we have new coming in? What is new that is coming in for the collective? What is new coming in? New, there we go. Persephone rises from the underworld for spring. Persephone. And we have Bridget twice. So you may resonate with Bridget. Maybe you have some sort of Celtic energy, safe space, and then we do have Brave Spirit behind that card, okay? New beginnings. So we'll take a look at what these new beginnings are. I'm going to grab one more card before we do get to the tarot of what is coming in new. I only want to hear and I only want to channel what is new. Oh, you have a new prayer ritual. You have a new spiritual routine coming on over here. Now, that actually may be with that Saturn and Pisces energy, along with that Pisces North Node. It's asking everyone, hey, how, not even how, what is your spiritual routine? It is reflecting back to the collective. It is important. It's necessary to plug into source. We plug into our phones daily, multiple times daily. And so you have 3 to 5 minutes, even if it's just in the morning, really quick for that prayer ritual to connect, to meditate, to whatever that may be, even if it's just dedicating a few moments to saying those affirmations. It does feel like the world is just shifting to that, right? Where, everything is spiritual energy. And perhaps the things in our lives have a spiritual root. And then also cleansing, clearing, maintaining your energetic field. Constantly, not constantly, where it's like, say, every day, but having those energetic boundaries, not just say cleaning or sweeping the aura when something bad happens, but you already have some sort of routine, and so what's coming in new, you have a new spiritual routine, you have a new prayer ritual that's coming up over here, okay? Maybe some new affirmations, etc. We have meditate, yes, prayer ritual, that's what's coming in new, a new routine. And that is that Virgo South Node energy too, which is asking to shift your routines. But that Pisces North Node, perhaps spiritual, could be every other routine in your life as well. Scotland, that's beautiful. Oh yes, the Celtic ancestors. Bridget is beautiful. I'm Pisces. Oh, Jocelyn is Pisces. I am Pisces quadruple. And then 2 12th house placements. I have 6 total 12th house rolled. Lord, sweet baby Jesus. Are you Pisces, Sagittarius, or Aquarius? I actually do have all of those energies though too. I do have 2 Aquarius placements, 2 Sagittarius placements. Yeah. And oof, that first house Scorpio 0 degrees. You are Jesus. I will not say that. Crested light. But I won't. The laugh emoji. Christed light. All right. Let's get to what's coming in new for the tarot. All right. Ritual. Listen, collective. What Spirit is saying is there's a new spiritual routine, a new spiritual endeavor, practice, meditation, prayer, even if it's just a new chant. Ah Hesi Ra Atep. Ah Hesi Ra Atep. Yes, Ra Hesi. And what that is a chant for peace. It's a Ma'at chant of bringing peace and harmony and balance. Try to think of some chants, but I'll do them another day. But yeah, rituals coming out over here too. So what Spirit is saying is to focus on your spiritual routines, your ritual, and routine. Now we do have higher level soulmate. For some of you, there are new people coming in. Higher level soulmate. And I'm actually seeing this a lot in the collective. Everyone that I know, everyone that I connect with, say as far as soul clients, in my own life, let me tell you, I'm attracting people where it's like, whoa, yes, these are my people. And I'm seeing it in other people's lives too, where it's just magically coming out of nowhere. Oh, wow. These are my people. This, like, I feel that vibration on a soul, you know, like segment where, you know, and I think that's the cover I made of this, live, where you just feel it. And so be open to it, call it in. Even if those people haven't come in yet, those higher level soulmates are coming in. Your soul family is coming in. It's time for us to gather, and many of us are hearing the call. So gather with your soul tribe, whether that be online, whether that be in person, you know, unity. What does that say? Let's see. Hello, Lucinda. Thank you, Hydra. I'm sending you so much love. It's like you're attracted to people, but you're like, how am I attracted to you? Yes, exactly. You know, where it's like, oh. So just expect new people to come into your life. Also expect new versions of people. So I'll share this, that I met a friend that I knew 6 years ago, and we just, like, Spirit vibrated us and vibrated back in. And it's like just so beautiful. The fears that we had, the blockages in between us, it's like all gone. And it's so beautiful. So be open to re-meeting people. Be open to new versions of people. And that's giving ourselves and other people grace, love, and compassion too. And be open to new people. The higher level soulmates are coming in, whether they maybe from the past, but they're new energy, I swear. And new people, as well as new routines. So it seems like those two things, those two different themes in this reading for the new, is the focus of relationships, new relationships, and then some sort of revamp, newness in your spirituality, as well as your spiritual service. Hello from Washington. Hello. Oh, you're from the Navajo tribe. I was just talking to someone yesterday. Much love to you. Much love to Navajo Nation too. Hello. Also Aquarius. Beautiful. All right. So for the collective, for all signs today, what do we have for the divine collective? The divine collective, the light workers, all signs. What is coming in new? What is coming in new for all signs? What is the new coming in for higher level soulmate? Let's look into it. What's coming in for the higher level soulmate? Ooh, Lord, sweet baby Jesus. Listen, 2 of Cups. That soulmate's coming in. That card flew out. Spirit said yes. There are new people coming into your life, or be open to new versions of people. Higher level soulmate, 2 of Cups. Who is this? Or who are these people? Divine Mother and Father, Holy Spirit of God, for the divine collective. Higher level soulmate. What is the newness in relationships for the divine collective? What is the newness? Oh, sweet baby Jesus. High Priestess over here. All right, you have the Hierophant and the 6 of Swords. These people are in it for the long run, okay? And as soon as I say that, you know, not tethered. You know, so like not like tethered where it's just like, it's you and me. But these are people who are rooted. These are people who are rooted, grounded, who are loyal, whatever that may mean to you. The people coming into your life, they're in it for the long run. By that, I mean more Saturn energy. They're serious. They're not in it of like, okay, let's learn a karmic lesson and let's go. Like, these people are truly connecting with you. These are truly higher level soulmates coming into your life, collective. Higher level soulmate. You have the Hierophant over here. Hierophant is all about marriage, contracts, agreements. But with the Hierophant, you take it serious, you know, and so these are honestly like the people coming into your life, whether that be friendship, it could be soul tribe, it could be work, it could be love, whatever that this is on a soul level. These are spiritual relationships you're going to have, especially for the light workers that you've been praying for that for years. Listen, Pisces, Saturn was in our sign for 3 years. A lot of karma lessons. I was going to say karmic lessons. A lot of lessons. And really just seeing, and that's what Saturn does. Saturn is all love, which I did not think 5 years ago. Again, I do have 4 Pisces placements. My placements, I don't like to, but Saturn and Pisces for the past 3 years, I don't know if any other, especially Pisces or mutable signs agree, as we work with Saturn, Saturn blesses you. Saturn is only trying to show you, hey, this is where you're out of alignment. This is what you need to do. And it's not comfortable, but Saturn always blesses you when you're working with Saturn. And then Saturn has those long-term blessings. However, Saturn has an uncomfortable energy. We have 2 of Cups, the Hierophant, the 6 of Swords. Look at you moving forward. You have completely left one paradigm, one old cycle of relationships, of friendships, of soul tribe, etc. And you're meeting either all new people or your relationships are just improving. It's higher. What I'm hearing is A Higher Love by Whitney Houston. Bring me a higher love in all forms. And it's coming in for you. I've also realized it looks like I'm winking sometimes on here, but I'm really not. It's like I'll go a certain way and it looks like I'm winking. I was not winking. Why do we have the 2 of Cups for the new that is coming in for the collective, for relationships, for these higher level soulmates? Why the 2 of Cups for the new, for the collective? Ooh, they resonate with you. Why the Hierophant for the new, for the collective? Why the Hierophant for the new? You don't quite see these things that are coming into. And then why the 6 of Swords for the new? Ooh, for some of you, you have an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It could be a Taurus. Could be, yeah, a lot of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We do have Taurus with the Hierophant. It's Taurus season, though, so that could be it as well. There's someone who sees your vision. King of Wands. And we have High Priestess again. Okay, there's some, and not even someone. Light workers, 144,000. Divine collective. Finally, you are coming into this shift where there are new people coming in, or it's higher energy. Old people that are brand new, like this is definitely not the person you're thinking of, kind of thing. These people resonate with you. It's not going to be pulling teeth. It is not push and pull. It is reciprocity. That's what's coming through. It's reciprocal. Even if it's just energetic, it is reciprocal. The love that you give, that deep love that you give, you will receive that back from another person. So it could be, like abundance as far as reciprocal. We have the 9 of Pentacles. But when I see this independent wealth here and the 2 of Cups, we are not relating from a place of trauma. We are not relating from a place of learning karmic lessons. We are not relating from a place of like push and pull. The people that are coming into your life, the people maybe that you have in your life collective, because this is a reading for those who are just joining on the new. What's coming in new? And over here, there's a focus on higher level soulmates. So there's newness in your relationships. The people that are in your life or the people coming into your life that represent this new cycle, there's nothing that you can't give them that they don't have themselves. And that's a beautiful thing. And not to say that like, you have everything and they have everything, but they fuel themselves just like you do. You are independent. That person's independent. It's not a push and pull. There's no draining. There's no this. There's no that. You've got your own foundation. 777 as soon as I say that, and 333. Much love to you, Earth Angel. So with the 9 of Pentacles, yes, it's 9 of Pentacles. It could represent abundance for some of you. But what I'm also seeing with that 9 of Pentacles is security. Pentacle is not just money and abundance. Pentacle is the energy of security. You are attracting people, or the people in your life, they are secure within themselves. So when you do both come into union with one another, it's just simply beautiful. You could just simply love. You could just simply co-create, and so that's very beautiful here. You're just meeting people that they've got their own things going on. They are rooted in their own whatever, timeline, reality, they have their own foundation, whether that be without of them or within them. And you're getting it here. Now, you don't quite see all of these different things. So what Spirit is saying too is when it comes to the new, I'm seeing like this, kind of like a blindfold where it's coming in, all right? It's a little bit of the unknown, surrendering to the unknown. It is coming in. It may trickle in. So just be open to seeing those things. Now, and like paying attention to those little patterns, the signs of the newness. Why 7 of Swords at the Hierophant? You have something you don't quite see, and that's what Spirit is saying. With that 7 of Swords, it's not a bad 7 of Swords. It's something you don't quite see. Page of Wands, good news, letters, phone calls, reputation. You don't really have to worry, say from the previous cycles of the betrayals, of the this, of the that. Now, I do see a little bit of dancing in the in-between where there is a lot of newness in your relationships. You're in a whole new cycle. These people resonate with you. They are heart and soul aligned. Or the people from the past, they've like really changed and things are great. I see just only upgrades in your relationships. What Spirit is saying here though too is to don't talk yourself out of the goodness. What if it really is that good? What if that person actually really is or can be that good? And there's the risk of it not being. However, there's always a risk. When you go outside, there's a risk. You go to sleep, there's a risk. Plug in your phone. Something could happen there. There's a risk. And so what Spirit is saying too is when the newness does come, allow it to come in. And I have chills as I say that, where there still may be things that come up. I am seeing a little bit of healing here, where sometimes when things finally get good, there's still actually a layer rather of healing of like, oh, but is that person going to go? Is this going to go? Am I going to keep it or this or that? And so I do see like this little bit of in-between or healing where it's actually so good collective, or there will be healing and triggers that come up and just sit with it. These are also people where you could sit with those triggers of like, oh, that was kind of triggering, but it actually wasn't what I thought it was. And you can have those beautiful conversations without the karmic energy and the running away and the this and the that. It's very beautiful. We do have King of Wands and then the 6 of Swords here too. Why King of Wands and the 6 of Swords? Ooh, I like it. I like it. We have Ace of Pentacles. You have the Knight of Wands over here. This is so much creation. I'm thinking of our beautiful Pisces soul sister, which she probably knows if she's watching this or does watch this, she'll know that I'm thinking of her with her beautiful farm. A lot of creative energy. All right. You are gathering over here with people who see your vision, you see their vision, and there's no this, there's none of the karmic, and not to say that there's not going to be lessons and things like that, but you're meeting with people where like, no, we're just here to co-create. That's it. We're not here for like the rest of the noise and this and that. I'm just here to co-create. And you're meeting those people who are in the same energy. We're not here for all the rest of that stuff or the this, the that. We're here to co-create. We're here to just celebrate one another. And when I say that, I think of the Arcturians, where the Arcturians, I've always felt, so much in resonance with the Arcturians that they're all very unique like us. It's kind of like parallel to the humans, where the Arcturians are all working towards one collective goal. They're all different. Who cares? And that's kind of how the Arcturians are, where we are trying to still figure that out here. But it's like, yeah, that Arcturian has that particular gift. There's no reason to think anything or any jealousy or any this or that or that it's weird or no, that Arcturian, that's their specialty. Great. And then we can all see each other of like, oh, we can all work together. So maybe the Arcturians resonate with you. I love the Arcturians. But what we do have here is the King of Wands, Knight of Wands, and the 6 of Swords. You're ready to co-create. So is everyone else around you. So whether that be love, soul trad, this could be at work. This could be whatever it is. As far as relationships in all ways, all kinds, it's higher. Higher level soulmates are coming in. Your relationships that are improving that you've already had. Okay, so that's the newness when it comes to relationships in the new cycle. So that's what I have for you. And then what's one card of advice for these higher level soulmates in the collective's life? The Star card. I love it. The Star card over here. Have hope, have faith, and be you. Be you. Because look at her over here. She's just herself. She's just bare over here. But what this represents is the new age of Aquarius, the star card. It represents spiritual service. How do we connect with our star family? How do we find our star family, our star tribe, our soul family, the soulmates, the higher level soulmates? By being yourself, by being authentic, by being fearless, to be open and to be vulnerable. This person is just open and vulnerable. The star card again also represents spiritual service in the new age of Aquarius. And so this reading is for the Milk and Honey Collective, the 144,000, the Divine Collective, all of the star seeds, etc., divine souls, whatever resonates with you. You are a divine soul that is aware right now, right? And so with the star card, all of it's coming together. And when I think of the star card, I also think of the star of Jesus that led the three kings to Jesus, right? And so that's what I'm thinking of as well. And I'm kind of seeing your soul star chakra. And symbolically what that can maybe mean too is like, as you just come into alignment with your soul star chakra, you're calling in the higher level. You're calling in the higher level soulmates, the friends, the this, the that. All right. So beautiful energy over here. That's the advice, is this star card. Be in the star energy, hope, faith, trust, peace, creativity. There's a whole lot of creativity here. As soon as I say that, the number 777 in the chat. So that's what I have as far as relationships with the newness. A whole lot of newness in your relationships. Very positive. It's very in resonance with spiritual service. So you're meeting people that you can co-create with, whatever that may mean for you. Yes, exactly. Especially for Pisces. We don't mind walking the path alone. We could swim alone for a very long time. A very long time. But we don't mind the company too. Blessings to you, Marlin. Hello, Dragon Slayer. Oh, yes, you changed your name back to Dragon Slayer, Grandma. I'm just laughing too because that was like my just honest right away reaction, because I noticed when you changed your name like a few months ago, and I loved Dragon Slayer, Grandma. I love the other name too, but Dragon Slayer, Grandma, yes. You dragon. I don't mind walking my path. Blessings, everybody, yes. Divine love rising. Ashe, only upgrades. I only manifest. I only materialize my highest possible outcome. And that's also like working with the Ma'at energy. I had a conversation with the soul sister earlier. No, truly, your soul destiny is always protected. Anything that is not of that, anything that tries to come for that, etc., whether that be with it or without. And sometimes, coming out of alignment, that's, with your soul destiny. And so only my Ma'at truth can manifest for me. Only my Ma'at highest truth can materialize for me. That is your soul's truth. Everything else is illusion. Your Ma'at is your soul's highest truth. All right, now we're going to take a look now into the spiritual service and spiritual journey over here, as what was the newness coming in for this reading. What we saw was relationships and spiritual routines or spiritual service. So let's see what this is when it comes to spirituality. What's coming in new for the collective when it comes to spirituality? What is coming in new for the collective? If you want to see what's coming in new for a particular topic, feel free to put it in the comments. What is coming in new for the Divine Collective? What's coming in new as far as spiritual service? Ooh, you have a clearing over here. What is coming in new? 5. Number 555. We do have a karmic clearing, all right? And there's a whole lot of clearing in the collective. Again, this is the year of the serpent. This is the year of the snake. What do snakes do? Shed their skin, and they do it every single month. As soon as I say that, it's interesting, right? As it feels like on a galactic level, on a cosmic level, we're coming into a more feminine energy. There's a balance galactically and cosmically, sacred union of the masculine and the feminine energy. I think of the menstrual cycle where a womb holder may have to sit, right, for once a month. Isn't it interesting that we're in the year of the snake, which is forcing us to shed constantly? Really, snakes and reptiles shed about once a month or so. Collectively, we're being called into this cycle. So we're being called to shift our cycles. And that's the true organic new earth ascension. 777 as I say that. We're coming into the true, we're aligning to the true, organic, new earth ascension timeline. There's a lot of spirituality these days. There's a lot of new age spirituality. There's just a lot on there. So find what's soul aligned, even in the tarot readers, even in your soul tribe, your mentors, your teachers, everyone, including me. Pray for soul aligned and heart aligned. And what resonates, do that. Go there. So we have karmic clearing over here. Why do we have the clearing as far as, oh, okay. So this reading was on spiritual routines. What's coming up new in your spiritual routines? What's coming through is, make that time to clear. And just like I said, don't just get a spiritual cleansing when something bad happens. So like, oh, I'm going through a spiritual attack. I got to cleanse. No, you cleanse it doesn't have to be every day. Us sensitives, it's every day. But cleanse, make a routine. Even if it's just starting, you know what? Every single Sunday, I will do a cleansing. Every Sunday. Every day, I will wake up and I will spend the first 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, saying my prayers and affirmations. Maybe setting energetic boundaries. You could visualize yourself in a golden cosmic egg. That's what comes to mind too. And say your promise to yourself is to do that every single day for 3 to 5 minutes. Just starting with just 3 to 5 minutes. And just starting there, your spiritual routine will grow longer and longer. I will share that. I was thinking about this earlier too. So I am a single mom that the majority of time and everything it's just me. It's just me. On this spiritual journey, I had to walk away from my entire family in order to do what I do. They are not involved in what I do. They don't even watch anything that I do. But with that, I didn't have a lot of time. And so as a single parent, whether it's mother or father, one of those things is I don't have a lot of time. All of us think those things in different ways. A lot of us, there's no time. So what I did was when my son was 1, I started to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I just put the ego aside. I was like, you know what? I'm going to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do my spiritual routine. And I did that. And I did it every single day for maybe a whole year where I just practiced in that way. Where I'm like, you know what? I feel like I have no time. I'm going to get out my own way. I'm going to make the time. Because if not, I'm going to always have no time. And then that 5 minute, say, or whatever, 15-minute routine before I would get ready for whatever, work and this and that, turned into an hour routine. So now in the morning, I have a whole almost hour routine every single day. The maybe smallest amount is 10 minutes, but I never do nothing in the morning. And that though expanded from 5 years ago where I was like, you know what? I have no time. I'm so tired. I don't want to wake up early at all, but I'm going to force myself to. And eventually that 5 minutes has turned into my, I guess you could say dream, morning routine of it's just slow. You sip the coffee and you're praying and you feel every single note, every single bit in that coffee and that creamer, and slowing down, just coming home to the heart and to source. But again, I started off with that 5 minutes. And so let's see what's coming through. What Spirit is saying definitely is to make the time to clear, make the time for the rituals, the prayers, etc. Do something new to revamp your spiritual routine. Why do we have karmic clearing? For the newness and the collective spiritual routine. We have the unknown, and then I'm thinking of you. Why do we have karmic clearing? For some of you, and again, you'll be surprised of how much we absorb of energy, people thinking, etc., etc. What do we have for spiritual routines? What is new in the collective spiritual routine? Slowing down, taking time for yourself. Take time for yourself. So Spirit is whoever's out there just oh, but I don't have time. Take time. Even if it's 60 seconds to start and dedicating. And I don't like to say promise and things like that. Just dedicate to it. I promise myself that I'm going to do the meditation, whatever it is, for 2 minutes a day, every Sunday. As you do so, Ganesha, you will remove blockages and obstacles. You will actually see much more wisdom flow through, wealth flow through, love, peace flow through. So as you shift your spiritual routine, or even just create one if you don't have one, you will see oh wow, my life has actually shifted just from that 5 minutes in the morning alone. And I like to say that a spiritual routine is kind of like the primer, primer paint. of your auric field. That's the primer, for everything else. Now, for the collective, for the divine collective, what do we have? High Priestess. Oh, God, Jesus Christ. High Priestess and the Queen of Swords. If Spirit is not saying of like, hold your sword of truth in this world. High Priestess card, Queen of Swords. Spirit is saying, listen, Linda, listen. Get in that spiritual routine. That spiritual routine, High Priestess energy. Hold up that Queen of Sword, that Queen or King of Sword truth. And again, that's as your empath, as a light worker. And I just hate, just as a divine, beautiful soul. As you have a spiritual routine or spiritual discipline, you will just truly see in your life that, oh, wow, I'm really experiencing a lot of less negativity. I'm making more money. I'm this, I'm that. High Priestess and the Queen of Swords. That is the definition of like, hey, let's look at that spiritual routine. Why High Priestess with the Queen of Swords here? Listen, Spirit is saying that you are going to celebrate more. You're going to attract and manifest more as you shift your spiritual routine. 8 of Wands, things comes in. It really looks like I'm winking, and I swear I'm not winking. And I realize that in the videos too, it shows sometimes where like I do certain things. If I wanted to wink, I couldn't actually do it. 8 of Wands here. You have forward movement and progress as you shift your spiritual routine. So take the time, even if it's 5 minutes, an hour, whatever it is. If it's adding something to your spiritual routine, take the time to do it, because what I do see is things come in because of it. Why High Priestess here for the collective and their spiritual routines? Why the Queen of Swords for the collective and their spiritual routines? It's going to help also with protection. Again, not just protecting yourself once you've already been, say, spiritually attacked, or, say if there was leaky energy or whatever it is. As you have a spiritual routine, weekly, 2 minutes a day, whatever it is for you, you hold up that sword of truth, and it does help with the protection. And by that, not spewing fear that you're very protected. But for those who are sensitive to energy, for example, I am very extrasensory perception. I feel what someone's thoughts are like a week before they even know they're going to have those thoughts. And then they're like, I'm thinking this. And I'm like, yeah, I saw that 2 weeks ago. And so especially for those of you who are very sensitive to energy, it just helps with what I call is like, wards, or like just having energetic boundaries over here. Okay, having the energetic boundaries, so that you're not absorbing so much. And you could say the affirmations of, I do not consent, I do not allow any negativity to penetrate my auric field. My auric field is impenetrable. All right, say it. My auric field, my energetic field is impenetrable to any and all forms and effects of negativity of whatever it is, right? And again, even just those simple affirmations, it creates those energetic boundaries. And just your prayer alone is so powerful. All right, now, why the 8 of Wands here? Ooh, collective, that sword of truth. It brings in so much for you. This reading is very clear today. This reading is all about the newness. And so what's new coming in for you? The 2 things that were coming up for the collective were relationships. A lot of newness, a lot of upgrades in relationships, improved connections, as well as new connections. Now, what I do see as far as spiritual routine, there's something new when it comes to your spirituality or spiritual routine. As you just take that time to either adjust your spiritual routine, switch things up a little bit. For some of you, I'm seeing feng shui of like moving furniture around the house. You could also put certain items around the rooms of the directions. So even look up on Google the feng shui when it comes to furniture and moving furniture. You could put things like with the elements of the north, east, south, and west. So that's also like, maybe check out of where the north, east, south, and west is in your home. Just little things like that, whatever resonates with you. But what I do see is as you do so, you're only attracting that of which is of your soul's truth. Ace of Swords over here. And again, it helps with like putting a filter, like a strainer, like when you strain, say, spaghetti or whatever, soup. That's what a spiritual routine does for your energetic field. And I'm thinking of like cells and things. My science brain is thinking of cells and, going into the cells and things like that, like permeable and all that. But yeah, my energetic field is impenetrable to any and all forms and effects of negativity. And just saying that as your truth. That's your soul's highest truth. You do not have to consent or to allow for any negativity to come into your energetic field. And so I'm going to say the words like it's a choice, and not to say that like you chose to, right? But no, my soul's highest truth is that's not my energy. And so I do not consent to any negative energy entering my energetic field. You know, Ace of Swords, again, with that Eight of Wands. As you hold up that sword of truth, we have the Queen of Swords over here, High Priestess. On a spiritual level, again, and what Spirit is just saying here is whatever spiritual routine is for you. Those prayers, those affirmations, the rituals, the ceremonies, whatever works for you. It will bring in so much. Ace of Swords, the Eight of Wands. And it helps, again, to really only attract, you know, what is of your highest good, etc. Now, what's the advice? What is the advice for the collective? For spiritual routines? Oh, the people are coming in again over here. Why Two of Cups for spiritual routines for advice? Oh. Maybe that has to do with your spiritual routine. Yeah, you can. I'm going to give two different readings. This could be for the relationships part, right? The relationships and harmony healing. That's actually a card. Radha can resonate with you. I believe the Radha card in the deck is relationship healing and harmony. This could also be, though, spiritual routine. As you're shifting things in your spirituality, as you're just following your calling, you are attracting people who are also following theirs, who are as devoted to theirs. All right, we do have Two of Cups and the Three of Wands. This is a reward for your hard work, Two of Cups. All right, so this could be for the spiritual routine reading. Perhaps it could also be for the relationships part of the reading. You have people coming into your life as a reward for your hard work. The people coming into your life or your relationships are improving, etc. This is a reward for your hard work over here. And that's what I'm seeing. All right, so what Spirit is also saying is just follow your path. Follow the path. And I don't want to say follow it blindly while we have the Fool card, though, over here. Keeping the eyes on God, on Source, on higher self, whatever resonates with you. And as you just keep on walking that way, the path reveals itself, as well as everyone else who is always walking that path with you. All right. I'm going to grab some oracle cards. What do we have for the Divine Collective? For this newness when it comes to their spiritual routine and spiritual service. The newness. Keepers of the earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you over here. So again, confirmation, there is a lot of newness in your spirituality, spiritual routines, things coming in for you, rewards for your hard work in the seen and the unseen. There's also a lot of newness in your relationships, and you're not alone. If you're a light worker who's been out there on their journey, maybe in hermit mode for some time, for some years. Some of us have been in hermit mode for years. You're not alone. Number one, ancient ancestors stand beside you, your spirit team. You're never alone, but also two, there are people coming in that resonate with you. We do have the mystic rose, compassion, devotion, humility, humanity, and grace. And that is what I'm seeing in this reading. And you could be seeing 888 because we have 88 people in the chat, and we do have 777. As you are devoted to your mission, to your purpose, you will find, and not, you will not find actually, no you won't. You won't. You will follow your spiritual purpose, your life purpose. And I don't even like saying you'll follow your purpose. Just live in alignment. Live in alignment. Follow your heart. Follow your soul. And the people who are also doing the same and who are in alignment with your heart, with your soul, they are going to vibrate into your life. You won't find them because you won't be looking for them. They're going to vibrate into your life. You're going to vibrate into each other's realities where you resonate. And as soon as I say that, the chat goes to 77, okay? So be open to perhaps people vibrating into your life or you vibrating into people's lives, etc. There's beautiful things coming in. There's a whole lot of service here. A whole lot of spiritual service, a whole lot of love and unity and connection, all right? And you deserve it. We have the bud, potential, promise. It's about to happen and keep going. All right, beautiful energy. And I love all of the newness coming in. Milk and honey. Milk and honey for you. Oh gosh, let's see. Let's catch up on the comments. Reiki session I went to was awesome. Awesome. Blessings. Yes, it will come. Hermit 2.0. Yes. Ooh, you were born in 88. The light will lead the way. DNA upgrades. Yeah, you're never lost. All paths lead home. Money jar, back left of home draws prosperity. I don't have a money jar. Oh, I thought you were saying I have a money jar. Dragon, you're on mine. I do have a dragon workshop. I'll release that. I haven't released it quite yet, but I do have a dragon slayer workshop. And dragon slayer grandma, I'm gonna email you. I love your name. I remember the dream you told me about. I remember that. I was like, I love your name, and I'm so happy you have dragon slayer grandma back. Oh, you teach me so much. Blessings to you. I love you too. The time is now. Jesus Christ. I'm very sensitive to feeling other people's emotions. Yes, I'm sensitive to everything. At one point in life, like it was just hard to, I have a lot of Pisces and a lot of 12th house. I have, if we count my 12th house placements with my Pisces that's ruled by the 12th house, there's 8 placements. So I'm all like 12th house Piscean energy. And what I learned was being grounded and rooted. I can feel like everything, and not everything, I won't say everything, but to the point where it's just like, whoa, and grounding, rooting, being very present has really helped me with that and the energetic boundaries, So this spiritual routine for me, like that's what helped, was having a spiritual routine that I'm very, very sensitive. And so work for me, I am someone who I do have to, and not that I have to, but it really helps me to almost every single day do my energy work of my auric field. And I've seen the benefits. I've seen me change as a person as I've set those energetic boundaries where I was absorbing so much energy that I didn't realize that I was absorbing. So through those energetic boundaries, the prayers, etc., that's been so helpful. And then the shamanism path has really helped me too, where I do not do like the entheogens where, it's the psychedelics and things like that. I really stick more to grounding medicines like tobacco and kambo. And so I'm someone who works more with grounding medicines on the shamanic path rather than the other stuff, which is all great too. I think this is, I've been a Pisces, I think, many, 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 many lifetimes. This is the lifetime that I love the ground and the earth. But yeah, when we're sensitive, it's the boundaries, which is even harder for a sensitive person, someone who's very empathic and wants to just love the world. Pisces. Who has a Pisces Venus here? I have a Pisces Venus, and we naturally want to be of service just all the time, but we can absorb so much, and so with that sensitivity, it's also like that self-love of having the boundaries, because we can be sensitive but not to the point where we're going to be a Jesus and just absorb everyone's energy. No. Jesus was definitely not a Capricorn. He was a Pisces. If I miss my morning prayers, my day is imbalanced. Yeah, and I part of the journey too is like not even also being tethered to there goes the other balance of things. My Mars is in Libra. I'm just all about, I try to be about balance. And I have the Ma'at necklace over here. We're always, we are here to live in our Ma'at. We're just here to find the balance every day. Every single day, there's something that can bring us out of balance, whether that be that person, the karmic person. We don't even know the air quality in the air that's bringing us out of balance. We're here to bring the balance to the world. That is what our role is as co-creators, as humans, right? With consciousness. We have beautiful plants and animals, and they have consciousness too, but we're able to use more of our free will, I guess you could say, than the animal kingdom or the plants, etc. We are the ones that bring a conscious balance and awareness, and sometimes there's unconscious, etc. I pray and sing to the mountains. I sing to the earth too. I will go out and I will just drum to the earth and come home. Let me tell you though, like I had an experience last week where I did that at the river. I expected nothing. I just went to the river to clean up the trash. I did not expect anything. As soon as I left the river, as soon as I stepped my foot out of it, I received money. As soon as I got out the river, all I did was go to clean it. And again, I didn't expect anything, but that's just, I want to say like proof, but we are, as soon as the chat is back to 88, we are infinitely abundant. You are an infinite soul. You do, not that you do not have to be tethered to like banking systems and things like that, but those things have taken away our power in the sense of forgetting that we are infinitely abundant. That's your soul's highest truth. And so when we tap into that, it's things like that, right? Where again, we're programmed of the hustle bustle, 9 to 5. That's the only way I can receive abundance. I didn't think that me going to the river would have, all of a sudden something came in. But as soon as I left the river of picking up just trash out of nowhere, I received money, and that's just the way that energy works. When you are untethered in the world, but not of it. Catching up to the comments over here. Time management is key. Yes, time management is key. And how do we materialize? How do we manifest? Through aligned actions as well. I always say your magic is not it's not the candle. That's not the magic. Your magic is your intention, your goals, your whatever, plus your aligned action, your sacred action that you take, and that is magic. That is magic. And yes, part of the journey is the sitting and the waiting and the surrendering. Well, then it's like, well, if I don't know, say like maybe you are looking to meet Soul Tribe. If you don't make the online account or you don't go outside, someone still may just show up at your door. Someone might do that. But, the aligned action, sacred actions of, okay, I want to meet more Soul Tribe. Let me take the aligned action of making some sort of account online to meet people. Let me go outside, maybe take myself by myself to the same restaurant once a week and see what happens. Things like that. I get up at 5 a.m. to play pool. I just got back 30 minutes. Nice. That was just my face to a comment. I won't read it out loud. I don't know what that was. Remember what you put out, the world comes back. Ashe, yeah. Yeah, ashe. 1 foot on earth, 1 foot above, yes. That was my comment. That was not my comment. That was my reaction to a comment. Lord, sweet baby, Jesus Christ. Reciprocity, yes, and yeah, exactly, Dragon Slayer Grandma, where it was reciprocity. That was the earth giving back to me, even though I did not expect it. Where I like looked out and I was like, what? And it's just those magical moments, If you smile at the earth might just smile back. I feel like that's that's goldfish. The snack that smiles back, goldfish. Okay, let's go let's get a closing message over here. If you smile back at the earth, it'll smile back. That's the goldfish commercial. I knew that was coming from somewhere. I thought it was original for a moment. Almost. No one said it like that. Oh, your Venus is in Pisces too. Hello, Kathleen. Thank you, Marlon. All right, let's get a closing message for the collective. So if you're just joining, this was a live on what is the new coming in. What is the new? What we did find in this reading was there is some sort of newness in your spirituality, your spiritual service, or your spiritual routine. Listen, if you watch the playback of this live, Spirit said to take that time for that spiritual routine, even if it's just 5 minutes a day, even if it's just little actions, even if it's just 3 affirmations. Spirit said all over the reading on the live today, take the time, just do it, Nike style. And you will see as you create some sort of maybe shift, maybe it's just you devoting, of like, you know what, I am going to do this. I am going to do that. I'm going to add 5 minutes to my spiritual routine. I'm going to add this to my spiritual routine. you are going to see a benefit and a reward for your hard work, and that's what it was showing in the reading. The other newness in your life is relationships. We have higher level soulmates that are coming into your life. Okay, milk and honey over here. I'm seeing a lot, or rather in the reading, we saw a lot of higher level soulmates that are new, that are coming in. How are they coming in? By you following your path. You know, you just saying yes, you doing your work. You are aligning with the people that are also on the path, that are also in soul alignment and soul resonance. All right, and so that's the newness that was coming out in this reading. Newness as far as spiritual service, spiritual routine, as well as your relationships. And expect good things. Expect positivity. And sometimes maybe it is too good to be true. Sometimes it is too good to be true. And that's what I saw in, again, the newness of your relationships coming in, whether that be an improved relationship that currently exists or new people coming into your life. Don't talk yourself out of the blessing that God has given you. And it just wants to, 144 as I say that, it wants to come out channeled that way. Don't self-sabotage the blessing it is that God has given you. What if that person just really is pure? What if that person, not that they're perfect, so don't expect perfection from that person, but what if that person really does love you? What if they really are being pure and true on a soul level? You know, those types of things. Do not self-sabotage those relationships because of what you experienced in the past, because perhaps that person isn't of your past, you know. Said hi. Hi. Go wild. Is this quantum entanglement? Goldfish philosophy. Yeah. What are some closing messages here for the collective? On all this newness, let's close out this beautiful newness that's coming in for the collective. What are some closing messages on the newness? Grace. Allow yourself to have grace. Give other people grace. Expect people to change. It's the year of the snake. Expect people to evolve. And I think that's the thing of the year of the snake when it comes to relationships. We're not meant to control people. People change every day. People change like the seasons, not always in negative ways. Can we allow people to just be in their divinity and not control that? That's what wild love. There's a song called Wild Love by The Weeknd. Wild love. And it's just love, love. And that's literally all that it says in the song. Just wild love. But we have love, wisdom, and grace. That is true love. Love doesn't control. You can have boundaries though. Don't there's sometimes the spiritual gaslighting of that love. You have boundaries in love. Love and light is not, you know, with anything and everything is just okay. You know, have the boundaries. And we can have grace, you know, when say a boundary is overstepped and you have to walk away. You could have grace when there was a misunderstanding. You could have grace with yourself. You could have grace with other people. So as far as the newness, God has grace with you. Have grace with yourself, with others, with the world. You know, we think of God's love. God's love is infinite. Non-duality, right? And we sit here, we talk about it. We sit here, we talk about it online. We make it spirituality, all these different things of just, and it's almost like silent. It's just God's infinite love. You know, which again, we're meant to have boundaries in this realm. So love and light and have some healthy boundaries. But love is very infinite. Love does not control. And, you know, we think of the way that God, that the infinite source of all, as soon as we have 88 in there, 888, loves us. We are here for a lifetime and we are in a karmic cycle, out of a karmic cycle, and this and that. Your soul destiny is always yours. Your soul's destiny is always yours. The infinite always has grace upon you. So why don't you have some grace upon yourself? That's the message that was coming through with this card. I had a near-death experience where I did go to heaven. And I've had like a few death experiences. Scorpio 0 degree. But, and I did experience heaven once. And I will say that 144 as I say that. That near-death experience that I had where I went to heaven. I'll do it long story short. I had already had my son. And I could tell, I was like, I'm about to die. And a bright white light came and said, that's not your son, that's my son. And then I stopped fighting and I just surrendered. So I thought I died, I'm here. But, and so I thought I died and I went to heaven and all of this. And then I just all of a sudden popped back up in my body. It's like, well, there you go. And but that taught me so much about love. Love as a mother, love just in general. That's not your son, that's my son. And that's what God told me in my near-death experience. And again, I had my son, and so the one thing I thought about was like, no, I can't leave my son, I can't die. God said, that's not your son, that's my son. Boom. And then I was in heaven. But what I learned from that experience of experiencing heaven, we could talk about this, I could talk about this, you could have so many gurus in here, whatever, but it's so infinite. We are all these fractals of source, trying to figure it out. The most evolved mentor, guru that you see, they are also in duality. And so it's finding that oneness, grounding in that unity, in that oneness, in the sense of duality. We are in this world, we're not of this world. But that one experience, it taught me lessons on love for a lifetime. We're just saying all these different things. We're trying to figure it out. Of this person, that person. It's infinite. It's just the journey. What else do we have? What's the card? Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. All right, collective, get ready. I am ready. Transformation over here. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. All right, so as far as the newness, so I share that as well. We had the grace card. Have grace with yourself, with the world, etc. This is all about grace. Grace is upon you. Milk and honey is upon you. The Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. You mean to tell me we all decided to reincarnate here as Pluto just went into Aquarius for the first time? You mean to tell me we are all here at the same time? We might be separate from in time and distance. We're all here at the same time. So it's almost like shifting our perspective to that of like, oh wow, we chose to reincarnate at the same time as Pluto has just moved into Aquarius. I'm getting ready to see something this world and this galaxy has never seen. We've never had a Pluto in Aquarius for the longest, for 200 something years. And so, or rather 200 something years that we have Pluto in a sign, so Pluto in Aquarius, the Age of Light. You are here as a co-creator. You are here to create heaven on earth. And again, that's through your consciousness, and so it's not necessarily of what it looks like without a view of this, of that. It's your consciousness, you being in your Christ consciousness alone and anchoring that light. That is a sacred service, and that is a spiritual service. And perhaps you have a calling. Perhaps you have, your spiritual gifts, that you're doing this and that. That alone, seeing the truth amidst the illusion in the world, that's a sacred service. What else do we have as final messages for all of this newness for the collective? The mirror, other lives, past lives, dimensional lives, the mirror over here. All right, so with the mirror, as far as the newness, we have insight over here. Reminds me of like Merlin energy. But what's coming through with the mirror, if we're talking about the newness, you're a multidimensional being. If you're a multidimensional being, you have infinite wisdom, intelligence, abundance, all of those different things from other lifetimes, from future lifetimes, right here, right now. Right here, right now, you are an infinite soul. And yes, you could live 10 other lifetimes, but you could also just align with your soul destiny in the here and the now, whatever that looks like or might be, whatever that means to you. So as far as the mirror, understanding too, though, that, well, right now you have access to the highest. So you have access to that past life where, you had the wisdom that could get you out of whatever's going on right now. You don't have to wait 10 lifetimes from now. It's mine in this lifetime. That's your highest truth. That is your highest truth. And then, there's the clearing, the alignment and all of that. So that's what Spirit is saying too, is remember with the mirror card over here, your multidimensional self, your multidimensional gifts, as well as everything that is available to you on a multidimensional level. What else do we have for the newness? Vulnerability, opening the heart. Allow yourself to be tender. And that's a theme in the collective too. Again, as the world evolves and changes, all we're being called to is to come into the heart. That's it. That's it. We're going to have all these reflections without of us in the world of like finances and governments and this and that. And all it's doing is asking us to be rooted in the heart. That's the true safety. The true safety is your heart space. Nothing necessarily without of you, as change is the only thing that's constant. But vulnerability here. Open yourself up to others. You know, again, there's going to be relationship harmony and healing. For some of you, you have new higher level soulmates coming in, or even old ones that are completely in brand new energy. This is not the reading of, you know, the old people who are coming back the same. Absolutely not. This is only the new. You know, so opening the heart over here. I'm going to grab one more card. And then I will send you on your way. Tomorrow we do have a Pisces reading in all signs. Yes, 88 watching again. Hello, Carrie Ann. And yes, Fox Mirror, as far as when it comes to those multi-dimensional rather timelines, yes, you can. Yes, you can tap into them. They are all yours. All that's yours on a soul level, call it back. Call it back. Ali Mac, I cook. Oh, yes. Yes, Dragon Slayer. Cooking with love. Oh, sweet honey iced tea. Oh, sweet honey iced tea. I like it. Next Infinite. I like your name. And also the emoji. It's anime. Sending love. Blessings to you. Love you too, Whispers of Love. You are not that, Fox Mirror. I'm going to hold up the mirror to you. You are not that. You are a beautiful soul. Holding up the mirror over here. Fox Mirror, you beautiful soul. If you want a scientific explanation, we are all quantum. Yeah, quantum. It's all science. It's a spiritual science. Spirituality is not going to be a pseudoscience soon. It's already not, and the scientists do know it. They're just waiting to say it. We do have Aphrodite, Eternal Love over here. What are two final messages for the collective for this newness? Beautiful change. End of a cycle, and only beautiful changes for the new cycle, okay? And it's not to bypass, though, that life happens, that there's life, there's duality. We live in a dualistic world, but you have your heaven consciousness. All right, now I'm going to grab from this deck, and then I will send you on your merry way. Grand rising, grand evening, grand afternoon, whoever you are, wherever you are. What do we have for the newness? Oh, I would love to eat when you're cooking. Yes, yeah, Dragon Slayer, we're all going to now want to eat. I'm going to go eat after this. Divine Mother and Father, Holy Spirit of God, what do we have for the newness? Higher level soulmates. You got a higher level soulmate coming in. Confirmation, though, because this came out when it came to the newness, okay? Those higher level soulmates, improved connections, you know, whatever improved means to you, but I will say more reciprocal connections, soul aligned and heart aligned connections are coming in for you. What other messages do we have for the new? What are some closing messages for the new? Sacred. I love the way that fell. We have sacred, life force energy, celibacy, secret admirer. Oh, Lord, sweet baby Jesus Christ. This is an example collective. Well, I did say, I'm like, well, if you're trying to meet someone, you got to go outside. You got to go join a website. I don't know. Some of you, they might just find you. We have life force energy, celibacy, sacred, secret admirer. You know when Yeshua came out of the cave and he told Mary Magdalene, don't touch me. That's kind of like what's coming through here where, and I will say though, celibacy does not equate to purity. It's the shadow work. You know, you could be a nun and you could be full with a lot of shadows and traumas and things like that. So celibacy does not equate to purity, not at all. However, I want to change the wording of this. So I'm going to change the wording of this. Life force energy, sacred, celibacy, secret admirer. You have done the energy work to attract a higher level soulmate when it comes to, and this could be love. It doesn't have to be love. I mean, you have celibacy here, life force energy, sacred. So it makes me think, you know, of intimacy. It could also just be your life force energy of your creative energy. So however it resonates with you, but you are someone that you're also like very devoted to your path where you're not someone who has been casually dating, and not that it's bad. I'm not saying that it's bad, but I'm not saying that it's bad. But you are someone that you have not really dated much, or you've been single for a long time. You're very conscious. You're very intentional with your energy. You do not just connect with anyone, everyone. Even say if it is casually, you're intentional, you're conscious. Your hard work, your devotion, though, when it comes to perhaps dating for some of you, or again, you have been very intentional, conscious with your life force energy, you're about to get a reward for your hard work. You have secret admirer here. You have done the work, and again, I don't like the word like celibacy of like, oh, celibacy is purity. I don't like to say that, because that's not true. You could have a nun, again, that's full of trauma and shadows and separation consciousness. So that part is not true. However, again, you are someone, I'll say crystalline body. You're in your crystalline body. You've done the work. You've cut the cords. There's no X's in that sacral, in that womb. You've cut the cords. You've cleared out what needs to be cleared out. You are not tethered to X's. You're not tethered to any person. And for some of you, you may have been single for a long time. You have a secret admirer, though. And there's someone that might like that. However, call it an only soul line, right? Because you're someone who you are very intentional. You're very conscious with your energy. And so, if you are that intentional conscious with your energy, your intentional conscious comes in. So, but someone likes that about you. You got a secret admirer. I'm over here kind of like wanting to pull a card of like, who is the secret admirer? Over here. Who is the secret admirer for the collective? Spirit won't tell me either. So whoever that this is coming in for you, you're someone, again, who you do a lot of work to just keep yourself in alignment. You are perhaps single, you haven't dated for some time, you might be celibate, or just very intentional and conscious with your life force energy. When I asked for the secret admirer, it didn't even come out. 9 of Cups. Spirit said no. And then the Tower card. Whoever that this is, what you do need to know is no, don't ask who it is. All Spirit wants you to do is to keep on doing what you're doing. Live in your authentic soul path. Continue being intentional and conscious and just being aware, having the healthy boundaries. It is attracting someone over here who loves that about you and perhaps also shares that quality with you. So as you're doing this, you're attracting someone who is also in that energy. And Spirit said, don't ask me who the secret admirer was. I said what I said the first time. Secret admirer. Secret. You have the Tower card over here too. So when this person comes in, it may come in like a tower. And that is what Spirit is saying. You're not going to be able to control this. It's just going to be love. It's going to be truly something. This secret admirer is coming in from a soul level. That's the only way that you're going to attract this person, is on a soul level. Don't even think about the manifesting. Don't even think about, let me pull a tarot card to see when. No. This person truly is higher level. And when it is higher level, there's no controlling it. It's alignment. This person's soul aligned for sure. It's going to come in like a tower when it does. It's going to be a positive tower. Okay. That is what I have for you over here. I'm sending you all so much love and so many blessings. Thank you for being here today. I will be back tomorrow for Pisces and all signs. A broken mirror gives you more angles to see. Yes, it does. Blessings, blessings. I'm going to read the comments over here. I just try to be respectful. I don't need a connection to show respect. Ashe. Yes, I love being alone. Can't y'all see? Lord of loneliness. I saw a video recently, 7/7 as I say it, about being alone on the path. And I would say I recommend it. As someone who's just, I am very comfortable. I have a lot of Pisces energy in my chart. And life has just kind of made it that way, right? However, I think, ringing in my ear, I think that it's very powerful to know how to be alone. There are a lot of people who don't know who they are without another person. How can you actually have it? And how can you actually have, I don't want to say that, but a healthy relationship, whether that be friends, whatever it is, romantic, whatever, is when you know yourself. Is when you know yourself. If not, you can be draining the other person's energy or this or that. How are you following your highest timeline if you're following the person? If you're, attached to And how do I want to word this? Holy Spirit of God, how do I word this? Like replacing God, ego, edging God out. That is the ego. And so, say we don't know how to be alone. And that's actually the placements, like the astrology transits of the last 3 years, with Libra in the South Node, and then we had Aries in the North Node, and there's a few other placements, but that's what it was reflecting back. Oh, Uranus and Taurus. What makes you feel secure? Relationships, this, that. That's why they're being shaken up. Why are they making you feel secure? Why does the money make you feel secure? Why does that make you feel secure? Why does the hair make you feel secure? Why does all of those different things, which I've already shaved off my head multiple times. But why does it make you feel secure? And not that Spirit's taking things away, but like, what about that? Right? So what we've seen in the collective is a lot of shakeups with money. Why? Because in this patriarchal society, we've put power into like the 9-to-5s, and which, again, it's not, 9-to-5 is not bad, but I'm saying more of the program and system, those matrix programs and systems. Thank you, Great Spirit. The matrix programs and systems, those actually take the energy. And you think that, you're doing this, you're doing that. It's taking the energy. And so being alone, right? Especially as a chosen one. And chosen one, if you reincarnated here, in my opinion, you're chosen. It's just you remembering that you're chosen. Everyone has chosen to reincarnate here at this time. And so when it comes to being alone, right, there's no filter around you of what your soul destiny is. Like, for example, I've shared on my path, I walked away from my entire family, both sides, for this path. I live alone, not with family. Not by choice. It'd probably be more cost efficient to protect my path, etc. Which it's uncomfortable being alone, but what you have cultivated of your own foundation, right? And not even within yourself, your self-love, your self-confidence, the knowing of thyself, your soul destiny, your soul's truth. They can't take that from you, And so being alone creates, and again, not that we always have to be alone or to always be independent. We need each other. We need unity. We need community. At the end of the day, our bodies need like touch. Like, like if you go years and years without a hug, and as simple as a hug, it feels foreign, etc. And that's not healthy. So it's a balance, always a balance of the two. But I will say those times of being alone, they are so necessary. And there are people in this world who have never, ever been alone. I don't know how they do that. I can't do it. Am I married? I'm married to God. I do have a infinity symbol on my ring finger. The infinity symbol for me represents Osiris, infinite teachings. And so the temples of Osiris and the temple of Luxor and Abydos, you will see that there's a lot of the infinity symbol. And the infinity, there's a lot of different teachings of the infinity symbol, but for me, the infinity represents Osiris. So it represents my inner union of, say, my inner Isis, my inner Osiris. So that's what that represents for me. It also represents my devotion to God and my devotion to my path. And then one day, the man who comes in is the rest of it. But first, and that's like the promise I made to myself years ago of like, no, infinite consciousness, and then for me, my inner masculine, feminine, Isis, Osiris, and then the rest is just extra. So long story short, I'm married to God. Oh, we need moderators in here. Well, I'm actually getting off any moment now, so we don't need a moderator, but oh Lord, sweet baby Jesus. Oh Lord, sweet baby Jesus. I love you too, Stacy. Yes, we don't choose family. I walked from a judgmental parents are gone. Yeah, I've walked away from the majority of my family, and not in an energy of like, oh my God, you guys are terrible, this and that. I walked away 5 years ago with like, you don't understand now, but one day you will. And now they do kind of understand. We're like, oh, there's just something going on in her life. And like, she's not in the Christian church anymore, but there's something there. So we'll just leave her alone. So that's how it is with my family. And yeah, we don't choose our family, you know. Oh, actually, do. You know, like on a soul level, we do. We know the soul lessons, you know, that we will learn with our families. And I've also shifted perspective. So shifted perspective, you know, our divine mother and father is our true mother and father. That's divine mother and father. The human mother and father that we have is not that they're not divine. Most of them have been programmed, you know, like it's true safeties in the divine mother and father. And then we have father and mother who have chosen, and we chose them to birth us into this world. So I've shifted my perspective of like, thank you for birthing me for my mission. You know, thank you for birthing me into this world for my mission. And thank you, you know, for so many other things too, etc. So like, I'm not in the energy of like, oh my God, my family, this and that. But I did, and I have walked away completely. And I do not have a dynamic where I could move back in with my family. They are not in agreement with my spiritual path, which is okay too. You know, the Christ teachings are of the heart, right? And so we don't judge. And then the other side, if they're judging or not judging, you know, we're not judging that either. Are we chosen or did we volunteer? You know, I would like to say that we have chosen to be here. We did choose to be here. As a soul level, we chose to be here. And then I will say, as soon as I say that, I ring in my ear, I volunteer as tribute, which is kind of what's happening. The Hunger Games, 12 tribes, kind of what's happening. You know, the controlling of the weather and all that kind of stuff. But I like the way you worded that, Dragon Slayer Grandma. Are we chosen or did we volunteer? Because I do believe we're all chosen, right? We choose to be here. You do have a free will choice to volunteer to do so or not, you know. And are there souls that will not ever awaken? You know, I don't ever want to say that, you know, but there's like just so many layers, you know, to all of that too. I love the way that you worded that. True dat. Crypto Billy. Yeah, everybody needs alone time. Personality rubs off on everyone. Yes. You know, and then again, when you're alone or when you've taken the time to be alone, even if it's just a season, maybe you're just naturally someone who likes a little bit more solitude. You know thyself. So you know what energy is yours or not yours because you've been alone a lot. You know, and again, I'm not promoting aloneness. I'm promoting more unity, community, and balance. I'm someone who I actually need a balance. I need a balance. I need my solitude. This Pisces over here needs her solitude. I love being in a room by myself and just reading. Like I need to be away and ringing in my ear. I need to recharge from anyone and everyone, like everyone. But yeah, but we also need that balance of the unity and of community. I love my alone time. She knows. That song has kept coming up. She knows. She knows. She knows. Created a reminder to come up every day at noon for me to do my chant. Oh, I love that. Are you another tarot? What? I don't know what that means. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love chatting with you all. Sleep and rest is how you live longer, but don't forget to eat. Yes, don't forget to eat. I'm going to be eating after this. Us Pisceans love solitude. Yes, we do. All right. Well, I am sending you all so much love and so many blessings. Yes, I love you too. Sending so much love, so many blessings from my heart, from my soul to you. I will see you tomorrow for Pisces and all signs. Yeah, we're leaving off with you have a secret admirer and you better go take some time for yourself, okay? And some time for that spiritual routine. A lot of new blessings coming in, a lot of new people coming in, and there may even be some new things in spiritual routine, etc. So I'm sending you all so much love, so many blessings, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.